Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hello, it's Adam here, and in today's episode is actually a request from a sponsor. So about a week ago, I let people know that they could sponsor the show. Someone got in contact with me and said that what they would really like a hypnosis session on is giving them the motivation and the discipline to lose weight for an upcoming holiday. And, I thought this could be useful not just for them, but for lots of other people as well. So as part of the sponsorship of a show, this particular individual got the right to have a credit to their name and a link to a website or social media. They declined that. They just want it anonymous. But they did want it specifically for a beach holiday, and the particular location where they're going to is actually one of the Mediterranean islands, and it's in the summer. So what I thought of, to keep it fairly useful for them, having a beach as a location, but the motivation is for a very specific future event and space and time. So we're going to use an element of timeline and goal setting and resources so that this individual benefits, but equally anyone else that has a specific holiday that might be taking place this summer, this year, that it unlocks their discipline, their motivation to lose weight for that holiday. So not a random hypnosis session. This is a sponsored session. What I am going to do, though, just to kind of make it a bit more interesting, is to take one of the Mike Mandel cards and fuse this in. Now, it doesn't change the hypnosis session itself. It just adds an extra level of language pattern into the mix. So on the YouTube live, people can actually see me doing this. I'm going to cut the cards. And the language pattern, which is a really good one actually for weight loss, is the phrase sooner or later. It's the king of clubs in the pack of language cards, available if you go to mikemandelhypnosis.com. So the phrase is sooner or later, and it says here, this pattern conveys a sense of inevitability. And since it's inevitable, why bother to fight with fate? It makes it easier for a subject to relax and go with the flow wherever you're leading him or her because, and this is the example, because sooner or later you'll fix things, and sooner or later you'll discover ways that you've already changed. So I like this phrase. I don't use it as much as I could, but certainly will be fused into this very specific hypnosis session, which is based around weight loss for an upcoming holiday. So if you're listening to this to enjoy the hypnosis, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and just turn off any devices that might disturb you. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, get a sense that you're breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation, and as you exhale, get a feeling that you're going deeper and deeper, relaxed. Breathe in through your nose and on the outward breath. If it's safe to do so, and you want to experience the deepest levels of hypnosis and trance, allow your eyelids to close. I want you to get a sense that with each and every breath, you're feeling deeper and deeper, relaxed. That's right. I want you to imagine that as you breathe in and breathe out, simply by thinking about something that you normally do automatically, enables you to alter those unconscious motions. When you breathe in and breathe out, you don't decide how much you breathe in or for how long you breathe out. But I wonder what would happen if on the outward breath, you allow for a longer exhale. And when you exhale, I wonder what would happen when you hold your breath for a few seconds before taking that next inward breath in. By taking conscious control of an unconscious response, you're able to amplify the levels of relaxation and oxygen, and in doing so, your body has to adapt and adjust by activating your diaphragm and enabling you to exhale more of that carbon dioxide. But what if what you exhale is more than just carbon dioxide? What if you exhale stress, tension, worries? That's right. Deeper and deeper. Relaxed. And I want you to think about the future. I want you to think about a moment in time for an upcoming holiday that you've booked. You know the place. And perhaps you've already thought about what it might be like to be in that place. And perhaps this holiday destination will have a pool or a beach. And I want you to make an image in your mind of that beach. You can see it in your mind's eye, and through the power of your imagination, sooner or later, you can imagine what it would be like to be on that beach. Because sooner or later, you will be on the beach. But we get to do things in our mind before they take place in reality. And I wonder what it would be like to visit that beach and to see an alternative future. That's right. And I want you to imagine, first of all, that you see yourself on the beach based on your current trajectory, based on what you're eating, how much you eat, how much you exercise. I want you to imagine if you continue exactly on the current trajectory, imagine seeing yourself on that beach exactly as what will happen if nothing changes. And sooner or later, you can imagine something different. Let's visit that beach, and let's visit that version of you exactly where you're on course to meet. Imagine you're on that beach, in your own body, but seeing someone that looks like you, seeing that future version of you from weeks or months in the future, and see their body shape, the body shape of someone that is on course to be where you are going to be, if nothing changes. And you can notice that you can still see that you're enjoying your experience. enjoying the sunshine, enjoying lying on that beach. But what if we entertain an idea that, given that sooner or later you're going to be on that beach anyway, what would happen if we altered just 2 or 3 things consistently throughout that period? There you are, seeing yourself there on the beach. And look at your body shape, look at your weight, look at the clothes that you're wearing, and get a sense that if you don't do anything differently, this is where you will end up. Not good or bad, it just is what it is. And then imagine hovering up above yourself. And I want you to imagine that you're seeing that version of you from the future as if it's the present. And then I want you to imagine flying backwards over the timeline of that version of you to see what you did to arrive at that location. As you go back from that future event to the present, I want you to notice typically what you were eating, how big the portions were, how often you snacked, how often you drank alcohol. You can see all of these things on that timeline. There'll be certain things you did every day, and there'll be certain things that you did less frequently. But I want you to see exactly what you did in order to create the body shape as you've just seen. And go back all the way to the present until you can see yourself looking relaxed, listening to my voice right now. You visited the future, and you've gone all the way backwards, and you've seen your behaviors. You've seen what you've done to create one possible destiny. And it is just one possible destiny. Because sooner or later you will be on that beach anyway. And what if there are infinite future variations of you that could arrive on that beach? I wonder, there might be a version of you that if they only ate salads and lean meats, they would end up on that beach with a different body shape. If there was a version of you that perhaps did something as simple as not eating before midday and not eating after 8 p.m, even if they did everything else exactly the same, an alternative version of you would also be on that beach. There you are, seeing yourself firmly in the present, listening to my voice right now. And let's say that a version of you decided to eat what you normally eat, but to do exercise for at least 1 hour every day. As you follow that timeline, notice that that version of you would also end up looking different when they finally get to that very same beach on that same day. And if you accept that there are thousands upon thousands of different future variations of you, there will be one version of you that gets the balance just right. Of all the possible future variations, I want your unconscious mind to follow the path of a version of you that can successfully lose weight and enjoy the process. A future version of you that gets the balance right between losing weight but not feeling overwhelmed or feeling stressed. I want your unconscious mind to choose a version of you that doesn't have to be perfect, but at the same time tends to be consistent. And then I want you to follow the journey of that particular version of you. A version of you that knows they want to feel good and look good on that beach at that future holiday, and are willing to make subtle but consistent changes in their diet and how they move to enable them to create a different future version of them on that beach. And again, imagine following them from above, seeing what they do consistently day after day, week after week. And perhaps they're doing very subtle differences. Maybe they're having slightly smaller portions. Maybe you see them taking longer to eat their meals, choosing to chew their food slowly, mindfully, rather than just guzzling it down. Maybe as you follow them from above, as the days turn into weeks, maybe you notice their preferred drink of choice is just clean drinking water. Maybe there's a particular sport or activity that they enjoy doing anyway, and they've just decided in the weeks leading up to this holiday, they're going to do more of that thing that they really enjoy. Maybe you see them eating more natural foods, more salads, vegetables and fruits, and less of that processed foods. It doesn't matter what you see them doing, because your unconscious mind already knows what it would take to create a different future version of you. A version of you that is different to the version of you that you were on course to be on that beach. The idea that you have to look perfect on that beach is ridiculous, because sooner or later you will be on that beach. There's a version of you that if you deliberately chose to eat twice what you normally eat, and to mainly eat foods that are high in sugar or high in saturated fats, it's certainly possible that a future version of you could be much bigger than the version of you that you just saw on that beach. And if it's possible for you to gain weight when you finally get to that beach, it stands to reason that there's a version of you that is slimmer, more athletic, more confident on that beach. And all you're doing is seeing this version of you, what you're actually doing to create that slimmer, leaner, more confident version of you on that beach. Maybe you are drinking more water. Maybe you are moving more. Maybe you're doing lots of things, or maybe just a few things. But I want you to notice that you don't need to be perfect on this path. As the days turn into weeks, turn into months, notice that you can recover from setbacks easily. Notice that there are certain things that you have no problem saying no to. Perhaps you say no to desserts. Maybe you say no to snacks in between meals. Because this version of you would prefer to have that slim, lean, confident version of themselves on that beach, and that feeling that they would get on that beach feels better than what any food can taste like. This version that you're following, almost like you're hovering on them, like a guardian angel looking at them from above. Just notice that for them, long-term gratification of creating a body shape that they can be proud of, that they can feel confident in, feels much more desirable than the short-term gratification of a slice of cake or a biscuit or a packet of crisps. And follow that version of you. Follow that version of you all the way until perhaps it's just a few days before your holiday. You can tell from just observing them as if there's someone else that they have lost weight. Maybe they've had to buy different clothes for this holiday, smaller sizes. I want you to follow them as they go to the airport, check in, board the plane, arrive at their destination, and then I want you to also observe them as they go down to the beach that very first time. Only they go to the beach as a version of them that has lost all that weight. And when they arrive at the beach, they can then see the other version of them that didn't lose any weight. And sometimes it's important to compare who you are with what you could have been. And when they meet themselves face to face, it's easy for them to see how much weight they've lost in comparison to if they had made no changes whatsoever. I want you to climb inside that version of you that lost that weight. Feel how good it feels to feel lighter, leaner, more confident, stronger. And then think back to specifically what you did in order to create this body shape. What did you do less of? What did you do more of? How did you increase your standards? What did you do to recover from any kind of setback? I want you to imagine now walking towards the sea, but you're walking towards the sea wearing that swimming costume that fits you so well, feeling the warm water there on your feet. I want you to get a sense that you are in a lighter body, a leaner body. You can look down and see your arms, see your legs, see your waist. And I want you to get a sense of pride, a feeling of high self-esteem that comes from experiencing the rewards of effort invested. That it doesn't even feel that you've had to make a sacrifice, because a sacrifice feels like you're losing something, whereas you actually enjoyed the process on all those previous weeks and months that led up to this moment. As you imagine feeling the warm water on your legs, feeling how good it feels to be in this version of you that has lost that weight, and what you lost in weight you gained in confidence, I want you to get a sense, get a real sense, that this isn't the finish line. This is now a standard that you will have all the abilities to maintain. Some people lose weight for a beach holiday and then start eating like there's no tomorrow when they get to their destination, but you have no desire to eat excess food. The goal wasn't to lose weight for the holiday. The goal was to lose weight to coincide with the holiday. And when you look back and see pictures of yourself on this holiday, that wasn't the pinnacle of your weight loss journey. That was just the start. Because now that you've lost this weight, it means that your body knows how to burn more fat. And perhaps you can imagine on this beach what you could look like in your next holiday. A more confident, perhaps even leaner version of you. You are unlocking the ability to be resilient, determined, to maintain or lose weight but enjoy the process. And in doing so, you get a sense that you didn't need to be perfect to lose this weight, but that you did need to be consistent. And you already know what those 2 or 3 things that you did consistently to get to this body shape. And sooner or later, your unconscious mind will have such desire to be this body shape that sooner or later, you'll find yourself doing those things consistently, not because you have to, but because you want to. Not because you need to, but because you deserve to. And in doing so, you are now creating a new destiny for your unconscious mind. This location on the beach now is like the destination in a sat-nav. your behavior, your thoughts, your beliefs will automatically adjust to enable you to get to this very location in the future at this very weight and body shape. Now it's time to leave this beach. Leave this beach and go all the way back to that version of you, perhaps with your eyes closed, listening to my voice right now. Find yourself in that body, knowing that you've had a glimpse of the future. But that future is just one of many destinies. But you've unlocked the resources to get you to this specific destiny, this specific body shape. That's right. You're in your own physical body listening to my voice with a clear idea of a future version of you. You've unlocked all the resources to get to that future version of you as the body shape that you want, rather than the body shape that you'll get if no changes take place. This hypnosis won't magically make you lose weight. This hypnosis will unlock all of the resources for you to take simple but consistent actions between now and your holiday to enable you to change your metabolism, to change your appetite, to change your way that your body burns fat, so that as the days turn into weeks, turn into months, sooner or later, the scales, the mirror, and people around you will let you know that you're losing weight. And in doing so, will increase your resolve and motivation to keep doing the right things, which will inevitably, sooner or later, get the right results. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. Get a sense of being in your own physical body right now, because very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling highly resourceful, knowing exactly what you can do, not that you need to do, but can do in order to alter your future self's body shape. You will unlock all the resources to do this consistently, because the long-term feeling of having a healthy, lean body feels so much better than how any food or drink can taste. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.
Okay, so for those still watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this. I certainly found that quite an interesting hypnosis session to do. I've actually used that hypnosis protocol on myself in terms of going forwards in time and then backwards in time, because what's really important is to link a positive emotion to a choice. It's really what hypnosis is. It's a suggestion linked to an emotion. So in doing so, what activates the resources and the determination and the discipline to make choices consistently is knowing that there's a payoff. And sometimes people get too transfixed on a short time scale that if they don't see progress on the scales every single day, they're going to give up. Now, the reality is, if you consistently eat well and you eat smaller portions and you exercise regularly between now and your next holiday, will that fundamentally change your body shape when you finally get to the next holiday? Well, of course it will. But too often we sabotage our own progress by making these internal rules that say, unless I see instant progress, I don't want to have to do this thing. And that's why the key suggestion there of enjoying the process and not needing to be perfect are vital suggestions in this hypnosis, because otherwise people can arrive at the conclusion that if they have one biscuit, then they failed their diet, and therefore it's impossible to lose weight. Inevitably, what is happening when people give up on a weight loss goal is they're just giving themselves permission to eat whatever they want, and in doing so guarantees that they're not going to lose weight, and in fact probably gain all the weight that they've lost. So if we have this belief that you are going to be on that beach anyway, it's just what body shape are you going to have on that beach, well, that then creates this idea of, well, I'd rather be a leaner, slimmer version of myself than a fatter, bigger version of myself. And that's the rationale of this hypnosis. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like and subscribe to the show if you haven't already. And feel free to put a comment if you found this useful. Maybe, in fact, if you just put down what your current weight is and the date and location of your next holiday, and then I'll reply to this at the date of your next holiday just to see if you've made the progress and if this hypnosis has actually helped you in some way to lose weight. That way we've got a little bit of accountability going on here as well. So I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.